Today, we're going to be showing you every single mini in Clash Mini from star level 1 all the way to star level 3 to show you guys which ones are the best, which ones you want to get first and upgrade so you can destroy everybody in Clash Mini. First up, we have the Knight. At base level, once he gets a super, he gets a shield for a short duration of time. Once you upgrade him to star level 1, his shield gets 3 seconds longer, which helps him obviously survive longer. And once you get every single mini to star level 2, they'll always keep their first bonus and get an additional second one. For the Knight here, he gets an ability that basically whenever his super is activated, nearby enemies are forced to focus him, which protects your other minis and heroes on the board. And now when upgrading a mini to star level 3, again, they keep both of those previous abilities, plus they get a third one. And for the Knight, his super requires 1 less energy, so basically he's going to be getting his shield faster. Honestly, the Knight is pretty good value for just 2 elixir. Next up, the Barbarian. The Barbarian's base ability is Rage. Whenever he lands an attack, he keeps attacking and getting faster and faster, and this will stack up to 10 times. Dang, he's got speed and quickness. At star level 1, his Rage can stack infinitely. This means you stacking up long enough, that dude is gonna be chopping, and attacking like crazy. It's insane. At star level 2, his attacks have a chance to deal +1 damage. So in addition to that crazy attack speed, +1 damage, you might be melting some fools. At star level 3, after he defeats an enemy, he's gonna get +1 attack for a short duration of time, on top of also granting maybe another critical chance for that +1. So the Barbarian can be sneaky good if he can survive. A lot of times that doesn't happen, but look out for him. Onto the Miner. The Miner has a Clash ability. What Clash ability means is abilities that happen as soon as the game starts. And for the Miner, he digs underground and goes all the way to the other side of the map. Obviously, great for taking out people at the back that are weak. At star level 1, he gets the Backstab ability where he gets +1 damage when he's attacking enemies from behind. This basically means if they're not like looking at him or focused on something else. Star level 2, after he defeats an enemy, he gets a huge speed boost. Again, this is like attack speed and everything. So if you get a kill on him, just like the Barbarian. Now at star level 3, he gets the Cleave ability. This is great for when a lot of enemies are on the back line and he gets behind them and he is hitting multiple enemies at once. This can come in super useful here. I know it doesn't show in the gameplay, but the Miner is great for dealing with pesky troops at the back line, like Magic Archer, which we'll talk about later. Now we have the Archer. Archer has an interesting base ability where she attacks the furthest enemy from her. And when you get her to star level 1, she also is going to be attacking an additional enemy, so she can be attacking 2 people at the same time. This can come in handy. At star level 2, once you defeat an enemy, she's going to be getting +1 attack for a short duration of time. This can come in clutch in so many ways because you're dealing damage to 2 people, you get a kill. You're dealing that double damage now. At star level 3, she gets a Clash ability which gives her a speed boost for a short duration of time. Whenever the game says speed boost, it means like attack speed and movement speed at this time. I think 100% movement speed. It's 100% attack speed though, which is super helpful at just like dealing crazy amount of damage because you're already attacking 2 people at once. You get a kill, you're already doing +1 damage, and now at the start you're automatically just hammering her away. Archer is sneaky good too. Onto the Spear Goblin. His base ability is a Clash ability where he throws a spear right at the start of the game that does a ton of damage. Spear Goblin is one of my favorites because it's high risk, high reward. But if you get him to star level 1, that spear he throws is going to be dealing +3 damage for 7 damage, which is a lot and will take out a lot of troops in 1 hit. At star level 2, once you get a kill, it's going to boost his attack for +1 for a short amount of time, which you can trigger a lot of the times just from your Clash ability right off the start. At star level 3, if you end up hitting with your Clash ability, that spear toss at the beginning, it is going to stun the enemy for 3 seconds. Again, he is the ultimate high risk, high reward mini, and I absolutely love it. That the constant chess match of cat and mouse of where's the enemy Spear Goblin going to be, where's your Spear Goblin going to be, and landing crucial shots. I love it. Onto the Wizard. His base ability is he throws a fireball that deals damage in a small area. It's basically like a cross around the enemy. And at star level 1, all it does is make that splash damage range a little bit longer by a tile by each way. At star level 2 is when it gets interesting, where if you deal damage to an enemy, it's going to burn them and deal 2 damage over time. It's a little bit slow when the damage comes off, but even if you die, that damage is still going to go off, and this can come in clutch in a lot of situations. At star level 3, it gets even more interesting, where if you're dealing damage to an enemy, it's going to prevent them from healing. Sorry, Healing Ranger, which totally negates the Healing Ranger, which we'll talk about in a little bit, because negating heals can actually help out more than you think. I do like the Wizard. On to my other favorite wizard, the Ice Wizard. His base ability is when he shoots an enemy, they become slow. At star level 1, his main attack will greatly slow the enemy, which slows their movement movement and attack speed even more, so they're not going to be moving pretty fast. At star level 2, his main attack is going to hit all nearby enemies in that little range around him, so the slow is going to be real. And at star level 3, the Ice Wizard leaves like a death ice bomb, where if he dies, everyone gets frozen in that area for a little bit of a time. And the reason why I don't like his star level 3 is because it requires him to die. I'm just showing you in the gameplay, basically me letting him die up at the front. But most scenarios, I'd probably just get him to star level 2 and you'd be okay. This is a very good card because slowing enemies down is super helpful, and it just allows you to take them out first before they can take you out. Onto the Skeleton Guard. His base ability is a super, gives him a shield for a short duration of time. It's tough for him to get it sometimes, but it is a shield. At star level 1, his shield is going to go up by +6 damage. That means he's going to be able to absorb 12 total damage with his shield, which can be annoying. At star level 2, he does get a huge speed increase when his shield is active, that movement speed and attack speed, but he doesn't deal a whole lot of damage to begin with. Then at star level 3, he gets a pretty useful clash ability where he automatically gets his shield, which is helpful for obviously facing spear goblins and other things that are just aggressive troops. And anytime you get a clash ability, it's helpful. But if I'm being honest here, I don't particularly love the Skeleton Guard right now, but he's a solid defense option. Next up here, we have the Giant Skeleton. Obviously sticking with theme, when he dies, he leaves a bomb on the map that does 3 damage. When you get him to star level 1, that death bomb damage is going to go up by +2, which is quite significant. At star level 2, that death bomb damage is going to increase in size and just basically hit everyone around him, which again is super helpful. And then at star level 3, that death bomb is going to also stun enemies for 2 seconds. Now, the Giant Skeleton is basically just a meat shield, and then just when he dies, just blow everything up. He's useful in some scenarios, not so much in others, but I kind of like him. Onto the Lumberjack. His basic ability is a super ability where he throws a potion and enrages the teammate that he threw it on. That increases their obviously attack speed and movement speed. At star level 1, this potion he throws is increased in size, so a little bit more of your teammates can get hit by it. At star level 2, that rage potion is going to last a lot longer, so your teammates are going to be getting faster movement speed and attack speed. And at star level 3, it actually turns into a clash ability where right at the start of the match, he throws on that potion and your teammates get enraged. Now with the Lumberjack, I'm actually going to say he feels like one of the weakest minis in the game, because himself, he's not dealing a crazy amount of damage, and the rage isn't that impactful overall. Maybe that's just an early prediction, but I think he's gonna be one of the worst cards. Minis, sorry. Onto the Mini Pekka. Its base ability is that its attacks have a chance to do double damage, and the Mini Pekka does a lot of damage, so that can be devastating. At star level 1, the chance to trigger the double damage is also doubled, so you're getting double damage twice as likely. That's a lot of damage. At star level 2 is when the Mini Pekka gets really good. Whenever the Mini Pekka attacks the enemy, it gains 2 dissipate. What dissipate means is it takes away their energy. So Mini Pekka's attacking the Shield Maiden or whatever, they're gonna take it a lot longer to get their super ability, which is so helpful. At star level 3, when the Mini Pekka kills an enemy, they get +1 damage on top of that double damage likely chance and all that other stuff. So the Mini Pekka is one of the best minis. I highly recommend getting this one and maxing it. Onto the Dark Goblin. Base abilities, each attack increases speed, and this attacks for 10 times. Very similar to the Barbarian. At star level 1, the stacks can last infinitely. As you can see from the gameplay, the shots are endless. So if you're facing tanks, or you can keep the Dark Goblin alive, it is insane how many shots come out. At star level 2, the attacks actually have a chance to stun. And if you have already built up a ton of stacks, you're almost guaranteed to get a stun in here and there. And at star level 3, after defeating an enemy, you get a +1 bonus attack for a short duration of time. So if you built up your stacks, the Dark Goblin can be nasty. The hardest part is keeping the Dark Goblin alive to get to those built up stacks. Again, high risk, high reward, but super fun when all those stacks get built up.
That's me reenacting the Dark Goblin.
Onto the Bowler. Bowler's clash ability is he throws a bowling ball that'll knock back and stun the enemies and deal damage to them. I'll say this right now. Bowler, when star leveled up, is one of the best cards in the game. So at star level 1, his clash ability also becomes his super ability. So match starts, you get your clash ability, and then now your main attacks are going to be going towards your super to be able to throw another bowling ball out. That is devastating. At star level 2, if you land with your clash ability or your super ability, you're gonna get a 3-second stun. Again, that bowling ball goes through all the enemies. So if an enemy stacks up multiple minis or heroes in a line, they're all getting stunned for 3 seconds. At star level 3, his clash ability, that strike bowling ball or super, is going to be dealing +2 damage. The bowler is interesting because you can just take him to star level 2 and leave him there, but if you need that extra burst of damage, you could get him to star level 3. But he is one of the best cards in the game just for the fact that once you get him to star level 1, it doesn't matter if you miss your clash ability. You're also going to be just always having that ball coming out and stunning. I highly recommend you get the bowler, unlock him if you need a stun to slow the enemy down, and just look at that face. Why wouldn't you want him? One of the best cards. Here we have the Healing Ranger. Her base ability is a super ability that throws an arrow that heals 4 HP for anything in its path. Basically keeps your teammates alive for a long time. At star level 1, that healing ability gets a +2, so you're healing 6 HP every time. Healing Ranger is annoying leveled up, especially if you don't have one on your team. At star level 2, the healing radius is wider, so more of your troops can get hit by it and healed up and stay in the fight longer. At star level 3, when you hit him with your super, in addition to healing, it's also going to buff him for speed, attack speed, move speed, and stuff. So the Healer Ranger, again, one of the best cards in the game too for keeping you alive. I highly recommend getting her as well, especially if you're running like the Monk or Barbarian King or whatever. You just need to protect her. Next up, the Valkyrie. Her basic ability is a main attack that does like damage in and around her. Easiest way to say it. At star level 1, it makes her main attack being able to stack so she can get more speed the more attacks she lands, just like the Barbarian or the Dark Goblin. At star level 2, if she defeats an enemy, she starts getting some heal, like 6 HP over 3 seconds is a lot. The trick is getting the kill. And then at star level 3, she actually gets a clash ability that is really helpful. It gives her a speed boost, allowing her to get more attack speed off, get to enemies quicker, and hopefully get a kill quicker and build up those stacks. The Valkyrie, I feel, is a very mediocre mini. I don't think she really turns the needle at the moment, so for now I don't think you need to prioritize upgrading her. Onto the Pekka. Base abilities of Pekka's attacks have a chance to do double damage, similar to the mini Pekka. At star level 1, the Pekka's bonus damage goes from 2x to 3x, and you hope it hits that trigger to get that bonus damage though. At star level 2, the Pekka gains a clash ability where it gets a shield at the start, which reduces incoming attacks by 1 damage. At star level 3, similar to the Valkyrie, if you get a kill, you get 6 HP over 3 seconds to keep the Pekka alive. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Pekka in other games, but not in Clash Mini. I feel these abilities don't really match up well with the Pekka. It's very tanky, does a decent amount of damage, but the Pekka is slow, has a very slow attack speed, and the abilities don't mesh crazy well with the Pekka. Like, the Pekka's tanky enough where it doesn't really need the shield. So honestly, Pekka's one of my least favorite cards, and it pains me to say that, but I'd recommend maybe not needing to upgrade the Pekka right now. On to the Magic Archer, the best mini card in the game, hands down. You need to get the Magic Archer. You need to upgrade him. Base ability is only his attacks have Pierce, which everything gets lined up eventually, and he's gonna pierce through all of them. At star level 1, his charge up attack is gonna be dealing +1 damage, and he gets it really fast, and he hurts a lot. At star level 2, it gets even crazier. His attacks gain 2 Dissipate. You remember what Dissipate is it takes away the enemy's supercharge. So he's dealing damage and hitting multiple enemies at a time usually, and they're not even being able to charge up their supers. Insane. And at star level 3, he gains Breaker ability, which basically he can shoot through shields and obliterate them. Now, you don't really need to push him to star level 3 unless you're facing a ton of shields on the enemy team, but that's what makes him so good. Like, all you need him to get to star level 2, you're gonna be destroying. And the tough part is he can stand from anywhere on the map and attack multiple enemies at once as long as they're lined up. You need back row killers for him, but you can mitigate that. Guys, the Magic Archer, best card. For sure, try and get him and upgrade him. Next up, we have the Battle Healer. Her super ability heals nearby enemies for 6 HP, if she can get it. Her first star ability is +4 to that super ability heal, so she'll be healing for 10 HP, which is a lot. However, it is kind of hard to get that a lot of times. And then at star level 2, her heal is going to be affecting a larger area. So if a ton of your teammates are grouped up, she gets her super, they're all going to get that +10 heal. And now at star level 3, when you heal your teammates, they're going to get that +10 HP, as well as they're going to get +1 energy to get towards their own super. The ultimate support battler, but she doesn't deal a crazy amount of damage, and it's very situational when this does come in handy. Honestly, the Healing Ranger is better than her in my opinion, and she's less elixir than the Battle Healer. So Battle Healer, I'm going to table for now. You don't need to upgrade her at the moment. Next up, the Mega Knight. Super ability stomps down, flies enemies in the area, dealing damage and stunning them. An awesome base ability. At star level 1, this stun gets increased by 2 seconds, which feels like forever when the match is going on. Then at star level 3, his attack just pushes back the enemies. So the Mega Knight is just amazing at crowd control with the stuns, the pushbacks, knocking people in the air, the ultimate stunner, if you will say. The only downside is the Mega Knight doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. So if you do have him in your deck, you're gonna need some damage dealers on your side. Maybe like a monk hero or even the magic archer will just suffice. Solid option, but not a must-have in every deck. Next up, we actually have one of my favorite cards too, the Electro Wizard. His base ability is a super that damages the enemy and stuns 2 enemies. At star level 1, his super stun and strikes can attack not 2, but 4 enemies. That's basically every mini and stuff on the board. At star level 2 is when it gets crazy. He gets 4 dissipate with his super. Yes, that stuns them, that damages them, and it takes away their energy from getting them to the super. That's crazy. Then at star level 3, his stun is going to be 2 seconds longer. The Electro Wizard in action when leveled up is one of the most annoying cards to deal with. Stuns coming out, you're not getting your super charged up. The downside is he has 4 elixir, and he can be countered with people that can get to the back row like the miner or the countess hero or even the magic archer, but he's so powerful when paired with troops that can keep him alive. He's also one of the best cards, a little bit on the higher risk, but he's amazing. So that wraps up all the minis in the game. The top 5, if I had to say, number 1 is magic archer. Number 2, I would put the bowler. Number 3, I'm going to put the Electro Wizard. Number 4, the Healing Ranger. Number 5, the Mini Pekka for the versatility. Now, that's just my opinion here. Those are cards you're going to see in a lot of decks because they're so good. But either way, I hope that's helped you out. Hope you got to see some of the cards in the game. So be sure to subscribe for more Clash Mini. I'll see you guys later.